Shocking and emotional news has just come out of the Roloff family, leaving fans of Little People, Big World stunned. Matt Roloff, the patriarch of the family and the man behind the iconic Roloff Farms, has made a decision that no one saw coming. He's gifting the farmhouse, the very heart of the Roloff legacy, to his grandson, Jack Roloff. For years, Roloff Farms has been more than just land and buildings. It's been a symbol of love, family, and of course, plenty of drama. Generations of Roloffs have built memories there, and longtime viewers know that the farm has also been at the center of countless family tensions and heartbreaking feuds. Fans still remember the struggles between Matt and Amy, the heated debates with Zach, and the uncertainty about who would one day carry on the farm's legacy. That's why this new chapter feels so emotional. After all the conflicts, questions, and speculation, Matt's heartfelt gesture toward young Jack has truly touched the Roloff fanbase. It's more than a transfer of property. It's a symbolic passing of the torch, a moment that brings hope for healing and unity within a family that's often been divided. In today's video, we're diving deep into this stunning news: the history of Roloff Farms, the legacy Matt has built, the family tensions that nearly tore it apart, and why fans everywhere are feeling emotional about this incredible decision. Hello viewers, welcome back to my channel. For Roloff family latest news update, please subscribe to the channel and press the bell icon. When it came time for Matt Roloff to reveal his surprise, he chose a moment that felt deeply symbolic. Surrounded by his children and grandchildren, he shared the news that would leave everyone stunned. He was gifting the Roloff family farmhouse to his grandson, Jack. For years, the farmhouse had been the heart of Roloff Farms, a place where countless family memories were created, from pumpkin season celebrations to emotional family gatherings. Now, instead of letting it be sold or lost to time, Matt ensured that the farmhouse would remain in the family, tied to the legacy they had all built together. This gesture carried a weight far beyond material value. The farmhouse has always been a powerful symbol of the Roloff family's journey, their struggles, their triumphs, and their bond with one another. By handing it down to Jack, Matt wasn't just giving away property. He was passing on the heart of the family's story. It was a way of saying, "This legacy is yours now. Carry it forward, make it your own, and keep our family history alive." The emotional reactions from the family were immediate and heartfelt. Some members were brought to tears, overwhelmed by the gravity of the moment. Others expressed joy, knowing that the home would remain within the Roloff bloodline rather than being turned over to strangers. Even those who had experienced past conflicts over the farm felt a sense of relief. This decision seemed to heal old wounds and unify the family in a way that hadn't been seen in years. For Jack, the gift meant far more than owning land or a house. As the grandson of Matt, he had grown up seeing the farmhouse not just as a building, but as a living, breathing part of the family. Receiving it was both an honor and a responsibility. It signified trust that he could protect what generations before him had worked for, and that he could build new memories while respecting the old ones. For Jack, it wasn't just about inheriting property. It was about stepping into the legacy of the Roloff name, a role that would shape his life in ways he's only beginning to understand. Matt Roloff has always been more than just a television personality. He's been the heart, the dreamer, and the driving force behind Roloff Farms. For decades, he has poured his energy, creativity, and determination into building something extraordinary. What started as a simple family farm gradually transformed into a cultural landmark, thanks to Matt's vision and relentless drive. From pumpkin season traditions that attract thousands of visitors each year, to the unique structures he designed across the property, Matt's fingerprints are on every corner of the land. But with this incredible achievement has also come an undeniable weight. For years, Matt has faced significant struggles with his health and the challenges of aging. Fans have watched him battle mobility issues, undergo surgeries, and navigate the day-to-day pain that comes with his condition. Yet, despite these personal obstacles, he continued to push forward, determined not to let his physical struggles dictate the fate of the farm. The responsibility of maintaining Roloff Farms has always been a heavy one, but Matt carried it with pride. Still, There came a time when he had to ask the difficult question: who would carry on this legacy when he no longer could? For many fans, it seemed obvious that the farm would pass to one of Matt's children. Over the years, names like Zach and Jeremy often came up in conversations, with both sons at different points expressing interest in owning a piece of Roloff Farms. However, family disagreements, financial complications, and emotional tensions kept that dream from materializing. When Zach and Matt clashed over farm negotiations and Jeremy's plans didn't align with Matt's vision, the once clear path became more uncertain. That's why this recent decision, choosing his grandson Jack as the future caretaker, feels both surprising and profoundly symbolic. By choosing Jack, Matt is looking beyond the struggles and divisions of the present and planting hope in the future. Jack represents the next generation, a clean slate untouched by past conflicts. For Matt, this decision isn't just about giving away land or property. It's about entrusting his life's work to someone who will carry it forward with love, respect, and new possibilities. In many ways, Jack symbolizes a fresh beginning, a chance for Roloff Farms to stay within the family without reopening old wounds. This move also ties directly into Matt's lifelong dream, keeping the farm in the Roloff family for generations to come. More than anything, Matt wanted Roloff Farms to be a place where his children, grandchildren, and even great-grandchildren could gather, work, and create memories. The farmhouse wasn't just a building, it was the heartbeat of a family story told over decades. And by gifting it to Jack, Matt has ensured that story won't end with him. Instead, it will live on, carried by a new generation with their own dreams and traditions. Ultimately, this decision reflects Matt's deepest motivation: legacy. Not fame, not profit, but the enduring hope that what he built out of sweat, sacrifice, and determination will remain rooted in his family's history. In choosing Jack, Matt is given a powerful reminder that sometimes the future lies not in looking backward to old disagreements, but in looking forward with trust in those who will inherit tomorrow. The announcement that Matt Roloff has decided to gift the farmhouse to his grandson Jack has sparked a wave of emotions across the Roloff family. While fans celebrated the touching gesture, the reactions within the family itself have been just as compelling and, in some cases, complicated. Let's start with Zach and Tori Roloff. For years, viewers of Little People, Big World have watched Zach express his interest in taking over a part of the farm, hoping to keep the legacy alive for his own children. The failed negotiations with Matt in the past created a deep rift between father and son, and Zach often admitted to feeling overlooked. Now, with the farmhouse being passed directly to Jack, there's a bittersweet feeling. On one hand, Zach is proud that the farm will stay within the family line, fulfilling the dream he once had. But at the same time, it must stir up old wounds, memories of when he and Tori wanted the same chance, but couldn't reach an agreement. Still, Zach's love for his children shines through, and sources close to the family suggest he sees Jack's inheritance as a second chance at keeping the family's history alive. For Tori, who has always been Zach's biggest supporter, her focus seems to be on the positives, celebrating that her children, and now Jack, will still have deep ties to Roloff Farms. Moving to Jeremy and Audrey Roloff, their reaction adds another layer of complexity. Jeremy, like Zach, once voiced a strong desire to take over the farm. He and Audrey even shared their dreams of raising their kids there and continuing Matt's work. But those plans fell apart after tensions arose, and Matt decided not to sell to him either. Now, seeing Jack receive the farmhouse as a gift could easily stir feelings of disappointment, maybe even resentment. Jeremy and Audrey have moved forward with their own ventures, focusing on their family, brand, and projects. Still, this development likely feels like a reminder of what could have been. For Jeremy especially, who has long cared about legacy, the passing of the farmhouse to Jack instead of him might feel like both a missed opportunity and a moment of reflection on his own path. Then there's Amy Roloff, whose response carries the most raw emotion. Amy spent decades in that farmhouse, raising her children, building memories, and creating traditions. For her, the farmhouse isn't just a piece of property, it's the heart of the Roloff family story. Though her divorce from Matt meant leaving it behind, Amy has always carried a deep connection to the home. News of Matt giving it to Jack surely touched her heart. Fans believe Amy would see this as a full-circle moment. The home where she raised her kids is now tied to her grandson's future. It's emotional, bittersweet, and perhaps even healing for Amy, who has often expressed her wish that the farm remain within the Roloff legacy. Lastly, let's consider Caryn Chandler's role. As Matt's partner, Caryn has often been painted by critics as someone who might encourage him to distance himself from his children. But in this moment, Caryn's support of Matt's decision shows her softer side. By backing Matt's choice to give the farmhouse to Jack, Caryn helps bridge the gap between the past and the future. She may not carry the same sentimental attachment to the farmhouse that Amy or the kids do, but her role is crucial in making sure Matt feels confident and at peace with his decision. Caryn's support likely reassures Matt that he is doing the right thing, securing the legacy for the next generation without reigniting old battles with his adult children. Altogether, the family's reactions reveal a mix of pride, nostalgia, lingering wounds, and hopeful new beginnings. For some, the decision brings closure. For others, it stirs up old frustrations. But at the heart of it all, Matt's choice has rekindled the Roloff family's connection to the farm, reminding everyone, family and fans alike, that this property has always been more than just land. It's a symbol of perseverance, love, and legacy. The moment news broke that Matt Roloff had decided to gift the farmhouse to his grandson Jack, social media erupted in an emotional wave of reactions. Instagram, Facebook, and Reddit quickly became hubs of discussion, with fans pouring their hearts out about what this gesture means, not just for the Roloff family, but for the legacy of little people, big world. On Instagram, the comment section under Amy and Matt's family posts filled with hundreds of notes from viewers who have followed the Roloffs for nearly 2 decades. One fan wrote, "I'm literally crying right now. This is the most beautiful way Matt could honor the farm's history. It feels like a full-circle moment." Another added, "The Roloff legacy lives on. We were all so scared the farm would just slip away, but knowing Jack is part of its future gives us hope." Facebook groups dedicated to little people, big world echoed the same emotion. Many longtime viewers recalled how much the farm meant to the Roloff children when they were young, and how fans once feared those memories would be lost forever. A post that went viral in one fan group read, "I remember watching Zach, Jeremy, and Molly running around the farm when they were kids. Now, to see the next generation carrying that torch, it's like we're part of this family's story too." The thread gathered thousands of likes and shares, proving just how deeply invested the audience remains. Meanwhile, on Reddit, discussions took a more analytical turn. Some users pointed out that this decision could heal long-standing divides that have plagued the Roloff family in recent years. For the first time in a long time, it feels like the Roloffs are united again, one Redditor observed. Another chimed in, "This isn't just a gift for Jack. It's a symbolic gesture for the whole family. Maybe this is the peace offering they've all been waiting for." For many fans, the farmhouse gift has restored a sense of hope they thought was gone. After years of hearing about family disagreements, estrangements, and the possible loss of the farm, this moment feels like a turning point. Viewers are now speculating that Jack could be the key to reconnecting the Roloff's legacy with its future. What makes this even more powerful is the timing. With fans worried about the farm being sold or the family drifting further apart, Matt's decision arrived like a breath of fresh air. It reassures loyal viewers that the Roloff name and all the traditions tied to that farmhouse will endure for another generation. In many ways, the fan response proves something important. The Roloff story has always been bigger than just a TV show. It's about family, roots, and the power of passing something meaningful to the next generation. And judging from the overwhelming buzz online, Matt's gesture may have reminded everyone, both the Roloffs and the fans, why they fell in love with this family in the first place. The symbolism of Matt Roloff's decision to gift the farmhouse to his grandson Jack runs far deeper than just passing down a piece of property. For years, Roloff Farms has represented both the family's greatest legacy and its deepest source of division. Disputes over ownership, inheritance, and responsibility for the farm have caused rifts between Matt and his children, especially Zach and Jeremy. Many fans have long felt that the farm, once the heartbeat of the Roloff family, became the very reason they grew apart. But this gesture could change that narrative. By choosing Jack, Matt sidestepped the old battles of who among his children should inherit the land. Instead, he placed his faith in the next generation. Symbolically, this move takes the pressure off his children and shifts the focus to a shared dream for the future, keeping the Roloff legacy alive through someone who is still innocent of past disputes. Jack becomes more than just the recipient of a house. He becomes a potential bridge between divided family members. As a grandchild, he carries the love of all sides of the family. He's not wrapped up in the old arguments, nor is he defined by past resentments. In a way, Matt's decision invites the family to rally around Jack, to support him, and perhaps to put their differences aside for the sake of the farm's future. Fans are already speculating whether this gesture could mark the beginning of a new chapter of healing. Could Zach and Jeremy, who both once dreamed of raising their families on Roloff farms, set aside their frustrations, knowing the farmhouse is now staying within the family through Jack? Could Amy, who once felt heartbroken over selling her portion of the farm, find comfort in knowing her grandson will now carry the torch forward? And what about Caryn, often accused of fueling family divides? Could she see this as a chance to support unity instead of division? Moments like this have the power to soften hearts. Sometimes it takes a symbolic act to remind a family what truly matters. This farmhouse is more than walls and land. It represents childhood memories, traditions, holidays spent together, and the Roloffs' shared story. By gifting it to Jack, Matt might be reminding everyone that no matter the disagreements, there's still one family with deep roots planted in this farm. For viewers, it feels almost poetic. After years of watching the Roloffs struggle with broken relationships, this gesture hints at reconciliation. It may not fix everything overnight, but it plants a seed of hope that perhaps, with Jack as the bridge, the Roloff family could slowly find their way back to unity. With Matt Roloff's emotional decision to pass the farmhouse to his grandson Jack, many fans are now asking, what's next for the Roloffs? The future of Roloff Farms under Jack's care is a subject filled with both excitement and curiosity. While Jack is still young, this gift represents not just a physical home, but a symbolic passing of the torch to the next generation. Fans are wondering, when the time comes, will Jack choose to carry on the traditions his grandfather started, or will he take the farm in an entirely new direction? The Roloffs have always been known for their pumpkin season, family events, and their commitment to creating a space that feels welcoming. But Jack's generation lives in a very different time, with technology and new opportunities opening up doors that weren't there before. There's already speculation about whether the farm might undergo modernization under Jack's future leadership. Could Roloff Farms evolve into something bigger, an agritourism destination with updated attractions, digital experiences, or even collaborations with social media platforms to share the farm's legacy with the world? Or will Jack hold firmly to his grandfather's vision, preserving the authenticity of the farm and keeping it rooted in tradition? The balance between legacy and innovation will be one of the most fascinating aspects of what comes next. This decision also sparks questions about the future of Little People, Big World. For years, the show has centered on Matt, Amy, and their children. But with Jack potentially stepping into a symbolic role, fans are already talking about a new generation storyline. Imagine the possibilities of the show documenting Jack's journey as he grows up, learns about the family's history, and begins to understand the responsibilities of owning such a meaningful property. It could breathe fresh life into the series, showing the blending of old traditions with new dreams. And of course, there's the big question. Will TLC spotlight this emotional gift in future episodes? The network has long followed the highs and lows of the Roloff family, and a storyline as significant as Matt passing the farmhouse to Jack could very well become a central theme. If TLC chooses to highlight this, it could mark a turning point for the show, bridging the beloved past with the anticipation of the future. Fans who have followed the Roloffs since the very beginning might now be watching not just for Matt, Amy, Zach, or Jeremy, but for the unfolding story of Jack and the next generation. In many ways, the gift of the farmhouse isn't just about preserving land. It's about preserving legacy, deepening family bonds, and sparking new hope for what's to come. The Roloff story is far from over. It may, in fact, just be entering an entirely new chapter. As we come to the end of this emotional story, let's take a moment to reflect on what Matt Roloff's gesture truly represents. By gifting the farmhouse to his grandson Jack, Matt has done more than just pass along a piece of property. He's passed down decades of memories, hard work, and the legacy of the Roloff family. The reactions from Zach, Tori, Jeremy, Audrey, Amy, and Caryn remind us of how deeply this farm is woven into their lives, no matter the past disagreements or struggles. For fans, this moment has become a symbol of love, reconciliation, and hope that the Roloffs can find healing through the next generation. It's clear that Roloff Farms isn't just land. It's a living reminder of family, perseverance, and the bonds that hold people together even when things aren't perfect. Fans everywhere are touched by Matt's decision, seeing it as a bridge between the past and the future, and a promise that the Roloff story will continue for years to come. With that said, thanks for watching, and until next time.